Academia here. Be a warrior, not a warrior. I'm just out and about before the holiday, getting some things for some family members, as I'm sure many of you are. So the Lord spoke to me today about how faith without works is dead, and how that applies to like family occasions, work situations, church situations, especially around the holidays. And we want to be that right example for God. We want to be the forgiving example for others. We want to be the loving example. And a lot of the times we should be doing this, as St. Francis of Assisi said, without words at all. Words are not always necessary. We don't have to always tell people about our faith when we can literally show it to them by loving them, serving them, blessing them, just being that loving presence for God. Especially if you've already shared your faith with those who you're showing it to, with your words, and they're just waiting to see that example of transformative change in your life that is supposed to come with believing in Christ. And so, a true saving faith naturally produces good deeds and obedience to God. If it does not, it can be considered useless and not really alive by those who are witnessing an individual. Faith is demonstrated through genuine, tangible acts of love and service, and it's not just an intellectual exercise. So um, let's focus on God and pray ahead before we go see our relatives this weekend. Pray ahead before we go back to work. Pray ahead before we go to church, and remember that people are waiting to see that change in your life, not just because they want to see how you have changed for Christ, but because they want to see the evidence that they can as well. And you're the template, you're the example, you're the one who God chose or called to go into these people's lives and relate to them, not just through your words, but through your actions, how God can change us as human beings, and help us endure, help us forgive, help us, um, walk in faith and belief, and not just, um, you know, speculation and conjecture and opinion. And focusing on the negative things that the world loves to constantly throw in our faces. Um, Walk in faith, walk in love, and show people who Christ really is and what he did for you through what you do, not just what you say. Be a warrior, not a warrior.